Guess who?
Hey, gotta cut him off. Jesus, like come looking for us.
Yeah, no, right. You can't play with so much, boy. They be hitting you with all kind of fines around here, boy.
Hey, Jesus, we love you, but Playboy, you need to.
I need to calm that down.
We need to work that out, Jesus. We need to work that out. We need to work that out.
We done kept that song going for 6 years, Jesus. Come on, man.
Jesus, hey, we know you in love and all out here in these streets, Jesus. But hey, show your boys some love now. Show your boys some love.
Man. Hey, you listen to your boys, man. The Crush. It's your boy E Glaze. That's Maceo Hurd. You know, E Glaze, the retired Falcon fan, still a Braves fan. Again, I can't take it, Maceo. I just can't take it, man. I'm watching the games like this still. Shaking my head.
So let's ask you this real quick. How peaceful was it for you to watch the game yesterday?
It was peaceful, man.
Knowing that you didn't have no, you weren't emotionally invested in the game.
I was able to look at things differently, Maceo. I saw a lot of things that I wasn't, wasn't no hurt, I wasn't mad. I saw some things, and I think for the first time, Mace, I saw a decline in Matt Ryan. We're gonna talk about that, man. And I got to bring out it. Kind of, I saw some things that I didn't, I unfortunately saw yesterday, and I was like, dang, that's what people have been telling me. And when you're a fan, you miss some of those things, but I didn't miss it. I saw a lot yesterday. I saw some things. I took off the fan glasses. I took the analyst glasses on, and we'll talk about that a little later. We also going to talk about some things going on in Athens college football, and a little bit more. We're going to talk about basketball, but we got basketball coming up because we got a guy that's coming up, Maceo, friend of the show, man.
It's our family.
30-year vet that's been doing his thing. But how you doing first, man? Before we bring him on, man, how you doing, bro?
Hey, man, listen. Me and Coach Ball almost got into it today.
Man, what's going on, man?
But
can't get mad at me and put you in the mediums again, man. Come on, man.
I know, but I gotta stop bucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get emotional about the work, man, and he know I don't like to walk, so I'm like, can I run? No, you're gonna walk.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, who you talking to, man? Like Hollywood almost came out, man.
Let me make sure he's putting you in the mediums, right? I mean, that's what he's doing, right?
He is.
I mean, come on, man. Let the man do his work. That's what he is.
I want to run, Blake. I'm a runner. I want to run. I don't want to walk. Power walking is harder than running.
I mean, it is. It is tough. I mean,
and it was timed.
Oh, so he had you on the time?
We got a certain time to make the trek, and I'm like, dude, I can't make that trek walking. I gotta run.
That sounds tough.
But walking activates a whole nother set of muscles, man. I didn't know. So I'm in the process. You know what? I gave in. I almost got the group in trouble this morning, like I do. You know, I'm a habitual liar. I've been doing that for a long time now.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep doing that. People
Glade, you would have been proud of me. I gave in. I told the group I'm going to shut up because he was going to give us some extra punishment. So I shut up.
Cause we can't get you kicked out of another place, man. We can't get you kicked out of another place, man.
I'm gonna talk again. Though. I'm gonna talk again.
Hey, man, bring it to the stage, man. Tonight is game 3. I'm sorry, of the NBA. Game 4. Game 4 of the NBA Finals, and we happen to have a guy that's a friend, a 30-year vet. He's now doing a little work for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hey, man, guy that knows his thing, did a couple of finals himself, did a few finals in his time.
It's our family.
Bring him in, Mr. Derrick Stafford. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
That's our family. What up, D?
Everything is all good, man.
Looks good on you, man. Retirement looks good on you, man. It looks great on you, Derrick.
I appreciate it, man. I'm enjoying it. Thank you.
How was the golf game, first and foremost? You're doing a lot of golfing. How was the golf game?
Yeah, man. I've had a good summer so far. I shot a 69, and I ain't got over that yet. So I'm just like, so I've been in the 70s all pretty much most of the year. But that day was like everything worked. It was like, man, one of those days.
Hey, when you hit that 69, you didn't take no time off. You just say, I'm gonna let that sit there for a little while. I'm gonna take me a little time off.
I was eager to go back to see if I could maintain it. You know what I mean? I felt pretty good that day and won some money too. I was like, man, woo. Let me go work on this game some more.
Go get some more in. Hey, so let's ask you, Derrick, what are your thoughts about the bubble, man, and what you've been able to see, and how did it, over this period of time, what are your thoughts about it?
Man, I think it's remarkable that they've been able to do this. The testing obviously is working. Now, if somebody was to probably test positive at this point, we probably wouldn't know about it. I mean, I don't think they would really just destroy everything at this point, or earlier. I don't think they would have told the complete truth. That's just my thought. But it's difficult, man. I'm thankful, very thankful to God that I didn't have to be there. To be there, 30, 60, 45 days away from your family, locked in a situation. It's definitely going to be a one-time thing. I don't think they can do this again.
My question for you, D, everybody keeps talking about if the winner of this championship going to put an asterisk by it. I think that is total nonsense because this has been a total struggle. When you hear people talk about the asterisk, how do you feel about that?
No way it should be an asterisk. I mean, this has been an exceptional playoff, mainly because guys been able to rest. I mean, when you're not, people don't realize the toll it takes on you traveling, flying, hotel, packing up, unpacking, going back and forth after a long 82-game season. You're drained. So for them to be able to lock in, focus on basketball, even though we know we have some outside issues going on that they've been dealing with as well, but they were locked in to play the game, and so we've seen the best that they can offer.
What do you think about the game, and how's the play been in your opinion about the game from what you've seen?
I think I'm surprised that Miami was able to do what they're doing. I have a lot of respect for Jimmy Butler, so I know he's a great leader. He's what we call a dog, and that's the kind of player he is. But I'm still surprised, as small as they are, that they were able to make it out of the East. I didn't think the Clippers could beat the Lakers, so I'm not really surprised about that. I just felt like the Clippers were too small, and your shooters really got to be shooting the ball extremely well, and the Lakers played pretty good defense. So I was okay with that one. I think the ideal matchup would have been the Lakers and Milwaukee.
Let me ask you this, D. We hear so much about this two-man game with AD and LeBron. How difficult is it to referee like both of these guys when AD spends so much time on the perimeter when we probably think to be inside, and then LeBron just one of these guys that's he's just a physical freak, even in year 17. How hard is it to officiate these guys?
Well, I'll do AD first because that'll be the easiest. But AD playing outside so much and having more of a perimeter game than an inside game, he makes it easy to referee. Because you can obviously see when he gets fouled because he's so much bigger than everybody else. LeBron is difficult because he creates a lot of contact. He's strong. He can absorb contact. I mean, he's a shorter version and a quicker version of Shaq, but he also creates a lot of contact. So you're torn between offensive foul, defensive foul, and a lot of times you end up passing on the play. I think he gets everything that he deserves, but he's tough to referee because he creates a lot of contact.
I want to ask you about this. You 30 years in the league, you did multiple decades, and I heard this came up recently in the finals. The Reggie Miller rule, where the whole leg kick out when they shooting the three. How difficult was it to call that? Because Reggie was good with the leg going out when he was shooting, get guys to run at him, and I saw they do it. They try to do it now. That rule and seeing these guys, because everybody's shooting threes these days, and so everybody trying to get that contact. What are your thoughts about that and trying to, seeing through the extra leg kicking, the bumping into the players and those type of fouls that they're doing now with those 3 points?
Well, the good thing about the NBA is that, we see things like you see things, and then we get a memo letting us know when we miss certain type plays. And Reggie got away with it a few times because when he started doing it, it was brand new. So the 3-point line hadn't been in that long either. So when he started kicking his leg out, it was brand new. So until we really saw what was going on video, then we were able to referee the play better. And it was called the Reggie Miller rule because it was Reggie who started it, so we had to go watch him on tape in order for us to be able to pick it up. So it's not a Reggie Miller rule per se. He's the first one that taught us about the leg kick that I can remember. Now today, I think it's gone a little bit too far because we were emphasizing trying to keep the guys from going under the guys, to keep guys from coming down and turn the ankle, like Leonard. But now our guys, and I'm gonna blame the referees, they're calling plays that aren't fair. They're calling fouls that weren't supposed to be fouls. You know, defensive players are getting in their position, holding the ground. Everybody knows the offensive player never goes straight up and straight back down. He's gonna float some too. So with that being said, if you're doing a good job of refereeing, you should not be calling that little brush foul. But what happens is, and I know from being out there, guys are guessing on the play, and they're actually looking up, thinking the guy got hit on the arm on the wrist. And when they go to replay, they see a little brush as the guy's coming down, so that gives them a way out to call a foul. So in my opinion, you know, we've missed quite a few of those plays. The Miami-Milwaukee game, the league did the right thing, I think, by saying that both of the plays were right, but actually both of the plays were wrong. They shouldn't have had a foul on either one. And on the second one, the referee who called the first one, he called the second one out of position because I'm sure in his mind he was thinking that he messed up the first one. Because if you ever go back and look at that play, the referee on the baseline is looking right at it. Great view of it. No call. The call comes from the trail official who had the previous foul, hoping that it was contact, so now he would be okay because he knew he was in trouble. And that's where the human element comes into the game. He knew he was in trouble, so he was going to get a play to help himself out. And he thought it was a body contact. That's what he thought, but from that angle he couldn't see it. So now they come back and say Giannis fouled him, and there was a little bit of contact up. But I know it was he was on with the foul. For Jordan, you couldn't even see him move with the naked eye. he was already set. So if he moved that much, he was in. You could see it in slow motion.
So let me ask you this: how do you feel about with it being no fans, and now it's just like it's the players and the refs? Do you think that makes a big difference versus being like in a packed arena? Because, you know, people seem to like to say, well, with no fans, the refs are not being influenced to make calls either way, and now you guys can really officiate the game.
You know, I think one thing I've learned probably the last 4 or 5 years, I've learned that I can't speak for anybody else because we all have different backgrounds. We all have different makeups. You know, we probably got Trump supporters. We've got Biden supporters. We had Hillary supporters. We had Obama. I mean, we got people from all over the United States with different makeups. So can I actually say that everybody went in and had the same mentality that I had? No, because everybody didn't grow up like me. I mean, right. When I went into an arena, you know, I had played a little bit of football, a little bit of baseball, a little bit of basketball. You know, I've been in some rough neighborhoods where we played, you know, 5-on-5, and if you won, you didn't know whether you're going to get out of there okay or not.
Right, you know? right.
So I've been in those situations. So nothing about a 20,000 seat secured arena ever bothered me. I didn't care what
secured arena, right?
I mean, I got security everywhere. I mean, what is it for me to be worried about? I'm gonna call the game as I see fit. What am I supposed to be scared of? Yeah, can I say that for all my coworkers? Did they get intimidated sometimes? I don't know. But I think the bubble, to me, you know, I think it has more of an effect on the players, even though I'm surprised how well they play. Because you guys play ball. You know what that adrenaline does for you. I mean, to play a game with limited adrenaline because you have no fans. I mean, I'm amazed that they're playing so well. That's why I say there's no way you can put an asterisk by this, man, because these guys are playing great considering all the factors, because that home court advantage, man, it means a lot to that home team. And then if you're a baller, it means a lot to you because you like going in there pissing the home team fans off.
Yeah.
So you with that program too. So it's like, hey, bring it on. You know, but hey man, they just in there playing. They got a few family members, and they playing their hearts out for that championship. And you can see them looking at the TV and looking at the stand sometime, but they look at that family. That's it.
Let me ask you this: since you retired, do you see some of your former players that used to play, and they be like, "Yo, dude, come on, man." Are there good relationships now, past the game, or do they still look at you like when you run into a Barkley or a Shaq? Do they kind of be like, D man,
That's bad,
Paul, bro,
Hey man, I feel blessed because I've never had a problem talking to the players. So I never had a problem having conversations, saying things to guys. They let them be funny, let me be funny. So I think most of my relationships are good because of that fact. Now, yeah, of course they're gonna say I missed some plays here and there. And I was playing golf with Anthony Johnson and Ramon Sessions the other day. And so when we got to hole 18, I had beat both of them, right? So Ramon was putting on 17 or something. And I said, man, go on, pick that ball up. It don't matter anyway. And, oh, man, they went off. Oh, so it's like that, huh? So you're going to talk before the game is over. Derrick, you know, that's like taking a layup and you up by 6 with 3 seconds on the clock. I was like, is it that serious? Yeah,
what a guy.
We say, man, I want to take a paper foul on you next time I see you. So I was like, oh, man, come on, bro. Give me a break. So, I have a good relationship with the guys. Chris Webber said on TV the other night that he had talked to me about the bubble because he was concerned about going to the bubble and asked me had I talked to any of my coworkers because he had back problems. He was having a leg problem, and I think he had something else going on. So he was a little concerned. And I said, well, the guys I talked to, they say everything is set up, pretty good. They feel safe. Of course, they're going to miss their families. I said, but I think you're going to be in a pretty safe environment. So I wouldn't really, I wouldn't worry about it. So he brought that up on TV. And then he said, and by the way, don't be betting Derrick no money on the golf cart. So I like to think, that I have a pretty good rapport with the guys. I set up a meeting with Charles and the mayor of Montgomery and one of their House of Representatives because they're trying to do some stuff in Alabama. So I just called him and he was happy to meet with him. So we met down at the Four Seasons. So I think I have a pretty good rapport with most of the guys. Probably a couple of guys will probably call me an asshole for lack of a better word, but hey man, you can't please everybody.
Yeah, you can't. Right. I have to always ask. It's so crazy. My brother, when he thought we were having, he was like, "Gotta get me an Allen Iverson. You gotta get me an Allen Iverson question in." How difficult was it to ref Allen Iverson on a nightly basis?
Man, it's crazy that you asked me that question because Allen Iverson for years was my limit. Him and Larry Brown drove, man, they stayed on me, bro. I mean, I felt like that I was calling the game fair. AI goes to the hole, he throws his body into the defender, he goes to the floor. I don't give him the call, but he was used to getting the call. So he felt like it was personal, that I was just going in the game picking on him. And I said, AI, man, this is the way I referee every night, bro. You just don't watch. If you ain't watching me on TV, then you don't know what I'm doing. I call the game this every night. I'm not giving you that play when the defender's standing there. I don't care what you do. So Larry Brown went on TV one night, made it personal. Derrick Stafford just doesn't like AI. He's not giving him. Man, so it was crazy. So I'm like, I'm still working his games, and at that time, we couldn't say much. I didn't really know how to approach him on the floor. Didn't know whether he was going to make a scene or not. And now I'm in real trouble. So I was like, man, leave this alone. So one night I'm in Salt Lake City, and one of the guys that knew me when I was in the training program still lives in Salt Lake. So he came and picked me up, and we went by this little pool hall. And lo and behold, who in the pool hall shooting pool? Allen Iverson. So I told Tom, real big dude, man, worked in security at a few of the clubs in Utah. So I said, hold on. So I walked over there and I put my arm around Nick. I said, say something now. So, all play Salt Lake City, two brothers in this pool hall.
Right. Y'all got to stick together.
Yeah, so he turned around. Man, what are you doing in here? I said, what are you doing? I said, hey, Tom, come over here. And I brought big old Tom over there. I said, man, if I have any trouble, I want you to take care of him now. So we laughed, talked for a minute. We sat down and I explained to him, what I was doing and what I was saying. And he said, man, you know what, bro? I said, I feel you, Derrick. I get you. I get you. Okay, man. Okay. It ain't going to be personal. I said, no, bro, it ain't personal. So don't expect me to give you nothing now because we had this conversation. I said,
right.
If I feel like you earned it, bro, I'm going to give it to you. And if you want to come to me and say something, complain, hey, I have no problem. Just don't make it personal because it's not. Hey, man, I think you're one of the greatest players I've ever seen. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to put you on the free throw line. And so, he respected that. And after that, ever since then, man, we were cool. And I've seen him out a couple of times in Atlanta, man. And whenever he sees me, he comes over, give me a hug. Hey, man, how you doing? So when he was going through a rough time, I saw him, gave him a hug, told him, hold on, man, things are gonna be good. So yeah, but to get back to your question, man, he was my nemesis, bro. He was rough because he was so fast, he's so quick. He drew contact, he was falling on the floor, the fans going crazy. And I'm like, hey, man, you called that contact, bro. I ain't putting you on the line.
Okay, Derrick. Another big thing that happened over the last time since we saw you was The Last Dance. And you were part of that run, that Bulls run. Tell us your thoughts and what you saw and some of the things that you remember from that period of time.
I mean, the first thing I thought about was, basketball, even today, as exciting as it is, and with Instagram and all of that, man, nothing was like the Bulls when they had Rodman, Scottie, and Jordan. I'm talking about a road show. I'm talking about getting to the game. Now, we have to be at the game an hour and a half before game time. And I'm talking about the parking lot already packed, where people just want to get a glimpse of that team going in the tunnel. I mean, they were exciting, and everybody gives MJ credit and Scott, they put up some points, they rebound, they did all the things they're supposed to do. But man, those were three defensive monsters. I mean, Scottie eventually became that way, and Michael and Dennis just played incredible defense. So that team, they were hard to beat, man, just because they all believed in playing lockdown defense. Like you see games now, and I'm blessed that I can watch the game sometime from a different perspective, because I'll see LeBron go ahead and switch. He checking the guy, and they'll set a screen, and they'll switch. MJ wasn't switching. You better get out of the way. If whoever it said he was locking down, that's who he was locking down. And I don't care who screen, where he was going through that screen, he was staying on the man, he was guarding. I mean, that's how serious they took defense. I mean, that team was just they brought a different attitude, a different chemistry. You didn't know what color hair Robin was gonna wear. It was always something with them and they could play, which made the game just a thrill every time you refereed their game. It was just the atmosphere was unbelievable.
Wow. So
hey, real quick, mate. Did you do the game at the Hawks when they did that 60,000 in the stadium?
No.
Did you referee that game?
No, I didn't work that game.
Okay.
Jordan, between AI and Jordan, both of those are my guys. We getting this thing now where everybody, because in this era, when we call LeBron a crybaby, people have to immediately say, well, Jordan was a crybaby too.
No way.
Take it away, Derrick. Take it away. Go ahead.
You can go back and pull up any tapes you want. You can go back and look at any game you want. Man, MJ did not cry. MJ made his point and kept it moving. And most of the time, from watching on TV, you didn't even know he said something to the ref. Michael was the kind of guy, hey, man, you better watch me getting hit, and he will keep walking. Doing a free throw, man, walk up and say, hey, man, you plan on calling a foul tonight when they hit me? And he will keep walking. Michael was never a whiner and all this. Hey, man, go back and pull up all the tapes you want. He was just that kind of guy. He didn't want to show any sign of weakness to anybody, even to the ref. Like, I even called technical foul on him one night. He kept bugging me. I said, hey, man, you about to push my button. And he looked at me and said, "I'm about to push your button. What that mean?" So I went, "This is what that mean." Bam! Hit him with a tackle.
You teed up, Jordan.
Yeah, so I teed him up. And so later on in the game, he came over to me and said, I bet that made you feel good, didn't it?
That's why Jordan the GOAT. That's why Jordan the GOAT.
Hey, you've been waiting on that. I know you've been waiting on that. All right, okay. And walk away. I mean, Michael was not, he was not, hey man, what you trying to take a foul on me for? I mean, no, that wasn't him, Jay. Hey man, and I respect LeBron, love LeBron. He's probably the greatest physical athlete that I've ever laid eyes on, and I've seen all type of athletes. But him and Michael just have a different mentality. LeBron said the other day about, well, I'm never going to a game telling me I got to have 40. Hey man, MJ would come into the game and he would do what he had to do. He knew if he had to get 50 to win, he was going to get 50. Now, I don't know whether he told the guys in the locker room, I'm getting 50 tonight, because that's Michael's attitude. I don't know. I wasn't in there. But I do know if he had to put up 60, if other guys weren't playing, he'd be like, okay, all right, y'all ain't playing, forget it. And he would put up whatever he needed to put up to win. Like the way AD was playing the other night, man, MJ wouldn't even give him the ball. Like, man, just move. Just move. And MJ would have came down and shot the ball every time they came down the court. And then he would have told AD, hey, when you're ready to play, let me know, because I'm putting it up every time. That's just the difference. And that's why, in my opinion, MJ gonna always be the GOAT, because he had that dog killer instinct where he just refused to lose.
I love it. I love it.
And I would be remiss, like I said, we haven't talked to you over a year since Kobe passed. Yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on Kobe. You being able to see him and ref his games, and give us your thoughts on Kobe and what you thought about Kobe, because this different year without the Mamba, man. It's just a different year without him, and it just feels different without Kobe.
Hey man, I don't know. I can't even imagine what it would feel like, if one of the other great players passed right now. I don't know if I would have the same feeling that I had about Kobe. I don't know, maybe because he just seemed like he was around the whole time I was around. I don't know what it is, but with Kobe, he was such a nice guy too. He was, MJ was kind of rough around the edges all the time, everywhere. I mean, I've been out with him before, so I mean, he just, as MJ, he just rough. He don't like people. He don't even want people around him.
Damn.
Kobe, yeah, he crazy. Hey man, he's something else. Now, but Kobe, even though he was an assassin, even though he was a hard-nosed player, even though he would take your heart out, I mean, he still was just a super nice. Hey, Derrick, how you doing, man? How the family? Hey, man, I know you're getting ready to retire, bro. You ever need anything, man? Make sure you find me. That's the kind of guy he was, man, all the time. And then go out there and hit 50. I mean, he was the kind of guy that could kind of let his guard down for a minute, let you know he was human. And the brother, and I respect, because he was so smart. I mean, he was not only smart in athletic. I mean, he spoke a number of languages. I mean, the brother had stuff going on in China. I mean, he was just, dude, you don't meet a person like Kobe Bryant every day. So that's why it was so tragic when he left, because I just didn't know, being a Morehouse brother, we always think that Morehouse man is supposed to do this, supposed to do that. Hey man, I didn't know what Kobe was going to end up doing. I mean, that dude was so smart and so dedicated to whatever he wanted to do, man. I could see him being president one day. That's just the kind of guy he was.
Wow.
So to lose him, yeah, it was devastating. It hurt. I mean, it really did, because I didn't know what this guy was going to end up being, and I was hoping I was going to be around long enough to see. So that was the tragic part. Not even counting what a great basketball player he was, and a great athlete, because he was more than a basketball player. He was a great athlete. I got one funny story with Kobe. He used to work out in the summer. He started working out in the octagon. And he thought he could fight and all that kind of stuff. I said, man, one game I said, hey, bro. I said, man, one day I want to get in the octagon with you, because you think you so tough. He looked at me and said, there, you don't want to do that. I mean, he just gave him a little smirk. He said, Derrick, you don't want to do that. He was serious about everything he did, man. He was dead serious. He was like, you don't want to do that, bro. I said, I know, man. I'm just messing with you. I said, now a few years ago, man, I might would have challenged you. But he was cool, man. He was a good guy. Yeah, we lost something special. We really did.
Last one for me, D. This Hall of Fame class that would have went in, but they kind of going in next year. Talk to me about Kevin Garnett, the character. Talk about reffing KG.
Oh man, he's just man. The good thing about us, man, we grew up in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And we grew up in the city. You know,
we grew up around characters. We know characters.
We've been to the park. We played hoops. You know, and we've been to these different gyms, and you know, and everybody had a little special guy that was this, that, and the other. You know, so man, KD would just, I mean, he would say anything out there on the court. I mean, and it wasn't to the point where you want to take him up or anything like that, but profanity, talking trash. I mean, he was just, but plays extremely hard.
Yeah.
Extremely hard. But man, he was, vulgar mouth, might say anything. You know, and he was the one where they, you know, I think the league had to finally call him in to calm him down, because you know how we talking in the hood, like, can't check me, nigga. I mean, that was KD every night. I mean, he used nigga like he would use like he was drinking a Coke. And finally, the NBA had to, like, you know, we don't really know how to handle this. You know, we know he's black, and we talking to other black guys, but the white fans all sitting around.
They can hear you.
He's a super holder. They're like, man, what is wrong with him? You know, it's like. But that was just his way of communication. You know, he walked through the lane, man. These niggas can't check me. So he finally kind of toned it down a little bit, the way he wasn't using that word that much. But you know, his profanity never really toned down. But man, he was one of those guys that a dog. He a guy like Jimmy Butler probably would never get all the credit he deserves, because he was an animal. He played that way every single night too, and he was a winner, and everybody around him played better because of him. Jimmy Butler kind of guy.
Oh man, Derrick, man, I swear I can hear these stories all day.
They got tears.
Oh God, that KG. Well, he still say that. He still in every interview. He still saying it.
He got the same energy today.
Oh man, but when he got pumped, man, he was something else.
All right, before we go, Derrick, tell us what you got going on and where people can find you and follow you at to hear, see what you got going on, bro.
Man, I probably do most of my instigating on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You know, I kind of see what other people doing on Instagram. I don't say too much. I'm on LinkedIn. I don't say too much, but Facebook is probably where I do most of my stuff, and where I instigate people with the election coming up and try to educate them on the Black Lives Matter movement and Proud Boys and all that stuff. Make them go do their research before they start talking trash. You know, because and I can say this, I'm black. You know, we are emotional people, and a lot of time we run with our emotions instead of running with the facts. You know, because everybody, when President Trump, you know, said what he said about, you know, stand back but stand by.
Yeah.
You know, I'm laughing at him. It's kind of funny, but you know, some people say he didn't know who the Proud Boys were. I mean, he know who the Proud Boys are, but the media, a lot of times they don't want to tell the whole story. That's why I be killing my friends on Facebook, because now that I'm retired, especially, I have time to kind of research stuff, look at stuff before I make a comment about it, where they don't. They just come on CNN or Fox and want to tell me what's going on. I'm like, bro, you better go do your research. They were surprised when I told them. I said, man, the Proud Boys are not who y'all think they are. I said, the Proud Boys, number one, the dude look black and Hispanic. That's the president of the group.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, that's the first thing you need to know. I said, and secondly, you need to know, when I saw them on stage talking trash, it was a brother up there. I said, so I went to their website, you know, to see, you know, who are the Proud Boys. The problem with the Proud Boys is the fact that, hey man, they make it perfectly clear. They are Proud Boys. They are straight up former military guys, street guys that are just straight up men. They say it on their website. I ain't with no gay stuff. I ain't with no transsexual stuff. We ain't with none of that. Now, you know, it's America. People got the right to feel the way they feel.
Right.
And hey, I have nothing against gay people, transsexual. Hey man, whatever life you choose, that's your life. And even if some people think they're born that way, I don't know. So I'm okay with that too. As long as you're a good person, I don't have a problem. But that's the Proud Boys MO. They don't have it doesn't have anything to do with us as black people. So right away, the media wanted to make it seem like they were a racist group, that were against black people, but they're not. They're not. And they hate Antifa. And they make no bones about it. They hate Antifa because they think Antifa is anti-American. Now, who's right at the end of the day? I mean, I can't, you got to answer that for yourself. But this is the kind of stuff I put on Facebook. It's like, hey, man, do some reading, do some research.
You got to read.
Hey, man, look up Black Lives Matter, the organization, not the slogan, so you know who you're dealing with, so you know where your money going. Don't just donate money to a group and you don't know who you donate to. They don't care nothing about brothers. Now they've changed. they've changed their website. Since people got smart enough to go read and some of the stuff they saying and doing. But hey, it was 3 women, and they had their own agenda, and they were about Black Lives Matter, but they weren't pro-black men. So hey, I try to keep everybody informed, keep them mad at me, keep them laughing. But at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Knowledge is power, my brother. Knowledge is power.
Yep.
Well, thank you as always, Derrick. We appreciate it.
Anytime, I enjoy you guys. Man, anytime y'all want me to come back, top it up. Hey man, I'm more than happy. I enjoy you guys.
I always appreciate you, D. Thank you.
Hey, I'm gonna leave y'all on this note, so y'all can talk about the Falcons. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you what disappointed me. And I've been a Matt Ryan fan for years.
Here we go.
And I've been trying to tell when people talk about Matt Ryan, the first thing I say is, who you gonna replace him with? Okay, because guess what? Nobody's trading their top quarterback for Matt Ryan. So who you gonna replace him with? And it's hard to find somebody really a second-tier quarterback or somebody coming out of college with the number of draft picks that we've had in order to replace Matt Ryan. But what disappointed me last night was the Falcons were 0-2. They had a drag on. Matt Ryan slid at the 2-yard line. Hey man, listen. If he was on my team, when he came to the sideline, he'd caught a foot in his butt. Man, you better do everything you can to get in that freaking end zone. And guess what? They end up not even making it. They keep the field goal. Boom, get a 2-yard line. You put a foot on that dude, you can score. You gonna slide at the 2, and we 0-2, and we down by 7. Oh no. And I'm a Matt Ryan fan, bro. You gotta give me that effort right there because we in trouble. You can't be sliding at the 2. If you get hurt, man, you just get hurt. But you gotta try to get in that end zone. So I'm gonna leave y'all on that. I was totally disappointed, and so that was it for me. That was the towel. When he did that, I threw the towel in. So I'm gonna born and bred, but maybe next year.
And on that note, maybe next year. All right, Derrick.
Maybe next year. Appreciate you, D.
Love you.
Love you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Love my guy.
All right.
That's how I got Derrick Stafford. Oh man. I saw that too, Mace.
Hey man, that boy say he threw in the towel.
I saw that too, Mace. We down by 6, 20 play drive. He slid it to. I was like, dude, we might not score. And we did score, man. Great to have Derrick on. I mean, funny stories, man.
D, I love these guys in the stories they tell, because man, so I try to tell people this all the time, and that's why a lot of times we're a little jaded, because we're able to talk to people that like in there, like right. They know. And so a lot of times, and that's why I've learned to let a lot of stuff go, because I'm like, nah, I can just pick up the phone and call and get the story and go from there. So
the thing too, also, man, is we don't just get people that played a year or two. we know guys that have been in the league 10, 15 years, referee for 30 years. So we get to go, and when I hear stuff, I'll be like, I don't want to talk no more. Let me just bring this guy on and let him tell me some stuff that I don't see, man. Like the whole asterisk thing. He was like, what? No, this is even worse because everybody get rest. They at home. They get to play. He's surprised they're playing it well and say, all right, I know I am, because
me too.
NBA players, one thing they love is partying and having their fun and visiting cities.
Go against everything they do.
Yeah, I got to stay here and not do it. Oh, come on, bruh.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Derrick Stafford, man, 30-year vet, 30-year referee vet. Still looking good, man.
Yeah, man. Well, when you winning money on the golf course like that, I mean, man, she shot a 69. He get on the tour somewhere.
Yeah, he doing some things, boy. He keep doing that.
He's been a while since Tiger shot 69.
Let's see.
Quietly.
He said the referee. He said the player was mad at him. Oh, now you want to pick the ball up?
Still, man. Hey, you can't let your petty go. Sometimes you can't let your petty go, dog.
I see, man. Hey, man.
You can't let your petty go, man. You can't let it go.
Hey, for those who tuned in, you listen to the Crush, man. Your boy E. Glaze and Maceo, man. We had just had a great interview with Derrick Stafford. We're gonna jump into a few subjects before we go off the air, man. I'm gonna start with Maceo, and I'm gonna start with college football. Let me first ask you, man, because I know you are watching 100 games a weekend. Your thoughts on getting these first 3 to 4 weeks of football? How good is it? And do you see effort? And without the fans are kind of slowly getting in. Give me your thoughts of the overall scene so far.
So listen, football junkie, like you just said. So I was for everybody who's playing. Now that we starting to get like sprinkle of the big boys in ACC, SEC. I'm amazed by, without spring practice, without a lot of the technical stuff that they do in the summer, that we're getting the kind of quality football that we are getting. I also feel like, listen, we're gonna probably have a legit playoff, a legit national championship, because the usual suspects will be there.
Yeah,
we see what Clemson doing. They have a big game this weekend against Miami. Georgia defense, very good.
Yeah.
Alabama is Alabama. Once Ohio State gets in the fold, we saw what the Big 12 was going on in Big 12. Spencer Rattler, not ready for prime time yet.
No.
But we get to see, and I want to clarify this for everybody. I wasn't taking a shot at Lincoln Riley, but what I was trying to get people to understand is we prop Lincoln Riley up when he's had the luxury of having 3 years in a row a transfer quarterback coming in.
Yeah.
Listen, that's a luxury to sit in a quarterback room, and you really don't have to. Now with Spencer Rattler, is a guy he's going to have for 2-3 years unless somebody comes in and beats him out. But now he has the coach. Listen, how hard is it to coach Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, and Jalen Hurts when they done played the amount of football they played? Come on, man.
There's a difference from, like you said,
that's all.
Yeah, it's a difference from getting a guy who's the baby years have been over with, which you're growing and learning the game and learning the style, to where you having to now take that 18, 19-year-old kid and teach him the game. Because you still teach at this level of college football. You still teach.
You do more teaching, because these guys don't know as much football as you think. Because again, even with state advanced, with all the attention Spencer Rattler got in high school, college football is a whole different animal.
Yep.
It's a whole different animal.
And 3 guys he had before came in as leaders too, Maceo. So he has now, his quarterback got to learn leadership. All that's got to be learned now. So now
learn everything. He has to learn.
They getting what they learning. It ain't as easy as everybody. Ain't nobody transferring this time.
No.
And you see the LSU too. LSU had a luxury last year. They had a great luxury.
Dude, they lost 15 guys to the NFL.
Yeah. You got to rebuild. Which brings me to my question for you, Maceo, and it's going to Georgia. What's the kid's name? I keep forgetting his name.
Warren Mathis.
Very terrible first half against when he first started the season off. They went in and got the young kid, the older vet dude to come in, and everybody's excited because basically Georgia. Let me just say this too: Georgia defense is playing elite ball right now.
Dude.
So it's allowing that offense to do just the bare minimum to help them. But I want to caution because I haven't seen an athlete like this Mathis kid come to Georgia in a while. I mean, we saw what happened to Justin, losing an athlete like Fields going to Ohio State. Give me your thoughts about is Georgia, because I saw Kirby play him last week at the end of the game. Like, I'm gonna get you some run now because I don't want to.
I got to remember now. So
give me your thoughts
with this, Blaze. It's a tremendous amount of pressure on Kirby in Athens. He came in, he had SEC championship, played for a natty. Second year, they kind of jerked it off, but they were still in position. Kirby has had the last 3 years top 2-3 recruiting classes in America.
Right.
The expectations are to the roof.
Right.
And people got to understand the whole summer off season was dedicated to one guy, Jamie Newman.
Yep.
Jamie Newman got all the reps. The offense was being catered to Jamie Newman. Well, once Jamie Newman opts out, now we got to look around and say, wait a minute, hold on. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So went to DeJuan Mathis, who the only quarterback who has a similar skill set. Not to say, but a similar, he's athletic, can throw all on the move, all these things. But dude, the guy ain't played football in 2 years. It's a different, listen, practice when we know the quarterback got on Georgia, they wear black jersey. Can't nobody touch him, can't nobody hit him. Look, that hit he took early on in that game.
Yep.
Bro, listen, even Quincy Carter said, Quincy was like, bro, man, that ain't how you want to start a game when you ain't played in 2 years. These bullets different in practice is controlled. Hey, them Arkansas kids in them red jerseys that week 1, they ain't hit nobody. Bruh, they trying to hit somebody and they hit DeJuan Mathis. And listen, so when you enter Stetson Bennett, who is a scrappy kid, he has an amazing story. This was his opportunity. And listen, he's the older of these guys.
Yeah.
So into him, the game not moving as fast for him as it's moving for DeJuan Mathis. So yeah, he played at a different level. He's been in the system. He's played college football. You know this, Glade. Playing high school, you sat out of here. When you first got back, it was a difference.
Speed, fast.
It was a difference.
Right.
So a lot of times, again, I keep telling y'all, this thing right here makes people people act like that they've never made a mistake. Like when they played, they immediately walked in, and I'm like, dude, stop. You did. Stop. So that a lot of that is that nonsense chatter. But for Kirby and Georgia this season, can't start slow. So he had to pull the trigger early. Did he pull it too soon? He probably did. But a loss to Arkansas would have been detrimental with the way the schedule is set up for Georgia if they want to make a run to the national championship.
I mean, I'm totally with that because I knew he was getting fidgety over there because, they were only up 8-7. It was a tight game with Arkansas. So he probably heard the whispers and, oh, my God, this is tight.
And the whispers, they were screams, Glaze.
But make sure, here's my thing. Yeah, you beat Auburn. You're going to probably beat Tennessee. But that's a team that's probably in week 5 or 6. That's going to be as big as you. They rolling great. They putting up 50 a game.
They rolling.
And they're going to hit your little Stetson that's going to make it. And we have known, and I look at Auburn, and I looked at how their offense looked stagnant. Then I looked at their quarterback sitting at Liberty University now. And I just think about things like that. Because I remember you always said that quarterback, Malik Willis, you kept screaming it. No, Dick's was that guy. And guess what? They look terrible without a good quarterback running an offense.
Hey, Legacy. Hey, Legacy.
Yeah.
Not that Legacy.
Legacy will get you fired. But anyway. But I look at a Mathis, man, and I know what beats Alabama. It's proven over and over again to beat a Bama defense. You need a guy who can get outside the pocket, that can put pressure on those ends and them edges, and you got to make the. And if love the kid, he's scrappy. He's not beating Alabama. I'm sorry, Georgia fan.
It's something that you say. You say this all the time when we talk about like big games and like special players. Special players beat Alabama on the biggest stages. Deshaun Watson beat him. Yep. You know what I'm saying? A guy like Trevor Lawrence who comes in, wins a natty. He's special. Listen, I hear all the back and forth. He overrated. He this and that. Okay, that's what y'all say. But every time this kid line up, he a different maker.
And you see how special Burrow was last year. Burrow had a fantastic year last year.
Come on,
Alabama. You have to be that type of quarterback to beat Alabama. Yeah, you get through with an Auburn. Your defense can be as perfect as it want to be. Your offense gonna have to make plays against. I've never seen, and this is what I always will credit Nick Saban with till I go. You can say whatever you want to. Nick Saban never loses a game. You have to win a game against Saban. You have to win against Saban.
You gotta beat him.
You gotta beat him.
Where's the year Ohio State beat him? It wasn't 12 games. It was Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
It was those long, like Zeke gashed Alabama. And when he broke that 75-yard run, that let Alabama know that, you know what? Because what's our SEC speed?
Yeah.
Well, nobody could catch Zeke. Like all this SEC speed on the field. He ran away from everybody.
Yep.
It wasn't 12 gauge. It was the specialness of Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, and by the way, Michael Thomas was out there, who now we know is very special. How many first rounders were on that Ohio State defense that's in the NFL right now?
Yep. So
to your point, special guys. You're not gonna beat Alabama with Stetson Bennett under center. You just not, because Nick Saban is gonna be at one point saying, you know what? Okay, we're gonna bring the house. He can't make the play.
Yep. And what else they gonna do, Mace? They're gonna see that little running game they got. They gonna be like, okay, let's shut that down. We're gonna shut that down. Now we're gonna have a guy that can put that pressure, Mace.
We're gonna take Surtain. We're gonna put Surtain on Pickens. And that's dog on dog.
Dog on dog.
Let that do what it's gonna do. Thank God Kearis Jackson is starting to live up to
the
the 5-star coming out of Peach County. He was all it is.
Yeah.
Now he's finally 3 years.
Look like he balling, about time.
He look like he done finally arrived in college football. But again, it's Alabama. They got guys.
Yeah. We're gonna see this weekend against Tennessee. It should be a good one, but I think Georgia. Again, I'm just saying, dog fans, be careful with this false hope, because we've seen this before, man.
Come on now.
And you got to play Bama this year. That's the thing. You playing 8 to 10. You playing 8 SEC teams this year.
Ain't no warm up.
It's different this year. This ain't no. You ain't got no Coastal Carolina on the schedule this year, baby. It's 8 to 10 this year, baby. We playing ball this year, so it's gonna be different, man. So be careful. We're gonna flip a little bit, man, and we'll talk a little bit about the NFL. And the NFL has been what it's been. We've seen the talent. I see kicks in Kansas City. I've seen a lot. I know you and Erica talked about a lot today, man. But I want to just jump into that a little bit, Make sure. Give me your thoughts so far about the league, man.
Dude, we're at the quarter point of the season. I'm gonna finish the rest of my research today, and I'm gonna put some of my quick hits out tomorrow. But listen, Seattle, Green Bay, they're probably right now the two best teams in the NFC. I am totally listen. I owe Justin Herbert a big apology. Man, listen, this kid stared down Tom Brady. I almost beat him. I almost dude, he out here slanging it. I did not see his jump from that thing at whatever they do at Oregon to coming in. Listen, if you watch Hard Knocks, after me watching Hard, I was like, oh my God, this dude's gonna be like a 3-year project. I feel bad for Tyrod. Y'all know Tyrod Taylor is my guy.
Yeah,
this guy can't catch a break nowhere. Tyrod, sue the NFL, man. One call, that's all, man. Call.
Get you a big check, Tyrod.
Glay, he can't catch a break.
Ain't catch one. Because every time he loses a job, the next guy they take it just be like, well, dang, he can't lose it. He got to learn it. He playing his ass off. We got to keep the job. Jeez.
I'm surprised. Well, listen, Mike McCarthy learned nothing from that 1 year he had off. He learned nothing. The Cowboys they're missed. I watched the all 22 today. I've never seen defense play this bad in my life. Play. I'm watching this and I'm like, are these NFL guys like this is unbelievable? No contain, zone principles, terrible. Jalen, dog, listen, Glade. If we were on the basketball floor, if you pump fake, Jalen Smith going straight up, dog. He falls for the first fake on everything. So all these big boys that are in Dallas defense in the middle of the field, it's because he's not taking his read step. He flying downhill. Dude, they booting. Come on, man. Like, it's bad.
And you know what's bad about the Cowboys, man? It's a badly run team, too. McCarthy's terrible. He's doing the thing, dude. I can't understand.
Which goes back, bro. This is 4 years. This is going on my 5th year. I refuse to buy Cowboy merchandise, dog. They can't get nothing out of me, man. I'm not buying nothing Dallas Cowboys. Nothing.
I mean, there's no way you have that type of talent. And look, guys, I don't understand y'all keep talking about this. Dak's playing. Honestly, the reason why the Cowboys even fighting at the end is Dak. Dak is playing, and Dak is he's overriding McCarthy's issues to make these games as close as they are. So I'm just looking at this game like the Cowboys from his play calling to his chances he's taking. It's just bad. It looks terrible out there.
You had the post of the day Sunday, and I'm gonna run it back a few times during the weekend, and might be carried through the season. We in such a hot take society, and it's like people just be quick to say something, and it's like, dude, you put no thought into that. What you're saying now, you don't even believe what you just said.
Yeah.
And it always just reminds me of like, well, in about 2 hours, that ain't gonna age well. What you just it's just not gonna age well. But this is where we are. And again, this thing right here got people thinking that they know more than they do, and y'all don't. So listen, everybody, listen. Y'all listening. Leave it to guys like Glaze, Malik, Neil, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't listen. The Blue Check Society, I'm gonna give y'all a secret. They take a lot of stuff from us. Yeah. So I'm just listen. Y'all don't want to hear this, and that's fine. A lot of you people that y'all love, I'm their ghostwriter.
Yeah. So Orlando says, "Don't do it, E-Glaze." Yeah, I'm gonna do it, Orlando. So I'm gonna do it, man. A couple of weeks ago, y'all saw me I didn't burn it. I didn't throw it away. I still got it packed away. I'm going to find it and give it to some young people. But they're frustrated with the Falcons. And I can't handle mediocrity in coaching, Maceo. I can't. And to see, stuff that I don't understand that has bothered me. So the biggest thing that bothered me, now the injuries have caught up with the Falcons.
Oh.
Now we're in trouble for real. And everybody think these next 5 games going to be easy. Bruh, Carolina's 2-2. We got to play them twice.
Dude, and Teddy B rolling now.
And he's rolling. And you lost a lot of that defensive end with the secondary and all of that. So that's going to be a problem. Yeah. But what bothers me the most, man, is, and we just heard Derrick Stafford say this. I still, for some reason, and this is what bothers me. There's still not this Matt Ryan's the baddest MFer on the field when he steps on the field.
Yeah.
That's what I'm missing. Even if his arm isn't the greatest, Tom Brady doesn't have a great arm. He threw some passes the other day. I'm like, ooh, that's terrible.
Dude, Brady been throwing ducks for the last 2 years now.
But Brady still think he the baddest MFer when he step on that field.
He do. Glaze, you know this. I know this. it's a confidence thing.
It's
The message, like that brotherhood thing, like you don't even hear people say the brotherhood no more.
no.
Remember when we went up to Flower Brand and we seen them big old words brotherhood? I was like, dude, like stop this.
Yeah.
Stop this. It's painted all over the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Dude, that is dead. The brotherhood is dead.
There's no swagger on this team, man. Receive out there. There's no. As much as they talk about Jalen Ramsey, there ain't no guy that just say throw it on my side, see what happens.
Jalen Ramsey, dog.
Grady Jarrett, no, I don't feel There's this franchise feels like we got to the Super Bowl. We should be happy.
Right.
I'm so tired. They led the game off the other day saying Tom Brady's biggest comeback was this weekend. The other one was in Super Bowl. They keep bringing up these things, man. And I'm tired, bro.
Remember, I told y'all do not watch this game with the sound.
You might as well now because ain't no fans. You might as well turn it down and watch. Ain't no fans.
Do not watch these games with the sound because it's just the jokes. And listen, we are around this team enough. And when I tell you that it's no confidence, listen, these guys are going to say the right thing publicly, but dog, their body language, dude. When Calvin Ridley leaves the Benz on Sunday, he's not happy, dog. He's frustrated, dog. Listen, I told y'all 2 years ago. This is why Julio, you should have got some stuff for Julio when you could have, man.
I think Mason gonna bring it up again.
You know I'm gonna bring it up because this guy, listen, he's a walking injury.
He hurt again, and he's hurt,
and he got a hammy. Which if he needs to sit down at least 4 weeks.
Yeah,
at least 4 weeks.
Yeah,
because don't nothing heal a hamstring but rest. Yeah, ain't nothing you can do to a hamstring, dog. You can get that little thing and shake your hamstring, put the roll on it. He plays a position where one slight move, you tweak it again.
Everything is pushing off on that hamstring from your stops to your go routes to your flags to your screens. Everything is pushing off the hamstring, and he hurt. He always either a foot injury or a hamstring. He's 6'2", 225 and hurt all the time. And he plays 12 games a year, but he's hurt. And his numbers are
big dude. He not 175 like Ridley. He's not 170, 180 for like Gabe. Who these guys? No, Julio is a big human being, but he moving like somebody 5'10".
Yeah.
It don't add up. And Father Time has finally told Julio, hey,
look, bro,
sit down for a minute. They need Julio like 4 weeks. Like, let him heal up.
And look, man, we got to be real. Max in year 12. Julio's double digits. That window is like this now. It ain't like this. That window like this. It's closing.
I have a strange feeling, especially now that the first firing. Arthur Blank didn't want to be the first owner to fire somebody. That's just not him. Arthur don't roll like the other owners in the NFL. He's a reactionary kind of guy. So okay, they fire him. If the Falcons underperform Sunday at home, then they had a bye week, he will fire Dan Quinn. He will finally fire Dan Quinn.
I hate to say it, but Dan Quinn got one game. He has to win this game.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
He has to win.
He has to win. It's at home. And see, people got to understand this part of it too. He has to fire everybody. And that's the thing. Thomas Dimitroff is going to be gone. Yeah. Dan Quinn is going to be gone. Who do you turn this team? Do you give it to Raheem to run it the rest of the way? Right. Do you give it to Cutter to run the rest of the way? Both of those coordinators, the other guy, he don't have no head coaching experience. Yeah. So it's be Raheem or Cutter because they kind of know how to, from an organizational standpoint, at least get the team through the rest of the season. But dude, this Nobody could picture that this team would be 0-4 at this point.
Yeah. And like I said, Carolina's not an easy win. I saw they put up the stat. I'm like, yo, dude, we could lose 3 out of 5 of those games or 4 out of 5. Hell, all 5 easily. Teams are looking at the Falcons like, oh, we played the Falcons this week.
Homecoming.
Okay.
And it's crazy because as we said, with all of that we just said, the Falcons could easily be 3-1.
Yeah. And the crazy thing, Mace, is the 2 teams they lost to, no offense to the Cowboys ain't really playing at a high level right now. The Bears ain't really playing at a high level there now. They got rid of Nick Foles.
Welcome back, Nick Foles.
Nick Foles Nick Foles came back and beat. So the 2 teams that you weren't gonna beat Seattle, but Dallas and Chicago should have been wins.
No, they should have been winning, dog. They should have been winning. Listen. They had a chance to win the Seattle game.
Yeah, true.
They could have won the Seattle game.
True.
The only game that they last night was just a struggle.
Yeah.
The bad man was just a struggle.
Yeah.
This team could be 3-1 and the entire city would feel a different kind of.
It's different talk around here, baby. It's a whole different
I look at it like this, Glaze. I thought the even though that Thursday night game, the Broncos and Jets, they probably the worst coach game I've ever seen. But Dan Quinn, that Cowboy game, Falcon Cowboy game, Dan Quinn and old boy.
I think I texted you and like, Mason, this is some horrible play calling we seeing.
This is like the worst coach. Is that worse? This some bad coaching.
Because I think when Dan Quinn, when the Cowboy did something, and Dan Quinn said, "Hold my beer, I can do worse." Like, no, you can't. Yeah, you sure
say, you know what? I'm gonna trump that. I'm gonna fake the punt again.
I kept looking at McCarthy like, "You trying to get fired? You don't want to coach no more."
Not only am I gonna fake it one time and not get it, I'm gonna fake it I'm faking the second time.
And here's what made me really just say, when I watched that Bears game, we'll move on and finish up the show. When I watched that Bears game, when the Falcons had the ball, and the first play they handed the ball to the running back, I can't think of his name right now.
Gurley.
They gave it to Gurley. He gets 3 yards.
Running up somebody's back.
Yeah, of course. He can't see. I think he got old Trent Richardson disease. He's he's got the Trent Richardson disease. He can't see what's going on.
Gurley, you can't feel that. Gurley, you can't feel that right there, Gurley. You can't see that.
Yeah. But then we got 3 yards, Mace. And guess what we did the next 2 plays? Derrick Cutter say, "Hold my bill. I'm gonna throw it 2 times." I said, you know what? I can't. I refuse to be part of this.
That dude raised up down at the goal line, and they down there throwing smoke routes.
Smoke.
I mean, they just raised up. I mean, you throw it to Julio, and Julio got a couple of yards, but you just sitting there like, this is what we doing coming out the end zone. You throwing the ball basically to the goal line.
I felt like we've been doing this show for 6 years. We called Derrick Cutter dink and dunk Kurt Derrick 6 years ago. He dink and dunk. He gonna dink and dunk you to death. His offense is it doesn't open up. It's not wide open. He's got little small receivers with speed, and we still running a bunch of curl routes and slants and outs. And
I was watching Buffalo all 22. Dog, the play designs. The bunt type bunch, trips motion, flip the formation. They in spread and they shift the trips and they making your defense like, and it's just crazy because like they take Stephon Diggs and they don't put him at the point. They hide him.
Yeah.
Let everybody go with it. Dog. Stephon Diggs got a 3-way release, dog. He can go wherever he wants to go. Julio lined up in the same spot. He play X.
Yep.
He lined up at X every play.
Yeah.
Every play.
Yeah. We don't put him in the slot. We don't move him around.
He don't go in motion. Yeah. Not even no short motion. Like they don't put him at tight end. Like Odell Beckham lined up everywhere the other day.
Yeah.
And that reverse was that reverse was so wow, that was so trash. Oh god.
2 plays, I say this, mate. 2 plays that some of the Cowboys and the Falcons this year. The Odell Beckham reverse was when that number 27, that cornerback, knocks a receiver out of bounds and looks like, oh, we still playing? And just run on the field. And 2, when the Green Bay, I think it was Green Bay, they had a trips left formation. They run this little wheel route with the tight end that ran out the wheel, and they run one guy underneath, and 2 Falcons took that guy. And the guy was like, Aaron was like, oh, wow. Wow. And they were looking at each other like, I thought that was my man. That's all I needed to say. I'm like,
they do. They listen. They ran. We called it, and I often we call that Y leak. Dog. At some point, I mean, dude, I already caught 2 touchdowns. At some point, you gotta say, you know what? Aaron Rodgers like him tonight. Let's count the. It's almost like the Saints when people like, why not focus the defense on Alvin Kamara? That was the ball going. Yeah. No Michael Thomas out there. The ball going to Alvin Kamara. The ball going somewhere in his vicinity. Somewhere. We got to close with this one, Blaze, because you talked about a pre-show.
You're right, Marlon. He need to take the hair bonnet off, but keep going with that though. We'll keep going.
Who got a hair bonnet? Oh yeah.
Todd Girl, he killed me with the hair bonnet.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep it dreads tight. So you talked about this pre-show, and I'm not gonna let you slide out of here without getting into it. Year 12 for Matt Ryan. Clearly, an organizational change is getting ready to happen. New guy comes in. Of course, they always want their guy. How do you play out the rest of this season with Matt Ryan?
You let him finish. The problem with Matt, I still don't feel like, even though it's his team, I looked at Drew Brees the other day, Mace, and Drew's arm is terrible. It's garbage.
It's shot.
But he still walks out there saying, I'm Drew Brees. I'm going to make you defend me. Even if I can't throw but 20 yards, I'm still going to make you defend that 20 yards. This in the famous words of Cujo, this thing between these 2 shoulders.
Use that 2 shoulders, yeah.
It's so sharp that you can't stop me. I don't feel that with Matt. It's that his physical presence is losing things, but his mind and his confidence is not overpowering. And that's why I'm having my problem with Matt. Is I don't feel like he steps on the field like, baby, Matt Ryan is in the motherfucking house. Excuse my language. I don't feel that when he walks on the field.
Hey, how when Cam take the field, you feel that Superman.
Oh, man. He come out like, yo, I don't see that with Matt. I see Matt like, what play is this? And reading the playbook too damn much. Look, man, who's got him? I don't see him cuss. I don't feel that. And I see if you add that non-confidence with deteriorating assets, Mace, we can't keep going with that. And it's not going to make this team any better. And I hate to be that guy because I'm a Matt guy. I'm looking for him to be like, when his team is down, he's looking at Dan Quinn like, bruh, I'm not doing this Super Bowl shit no more. I got this. We ain't losing this game no more, bruh. I don't feel that power. And that's what pisses me off.
It's funny you say that because you look at Russell Wilson. That's Russell Wilson's team.
It's his squad.
That's his team. When Pat Mahomes, Pat Mahomes walk out here, Pat Mahomes just trolling everybody. He like, y'all say I'm the 1, 2, I'm the 4th best quarterback in the league. What?
Okay.
I'm the guy.
Take this with you.
Take this L. Lamar over there. So I'm mad that he the MVP. I'm
right. Right.
Matt, and listen, that's not Matt's personality. Once upon a time, Matt would listen. It's some days at practice, and I've seen him. Matt is fiery,
right?
But like you say, that has to listen, control, anger, all that stuff. Listen, I want to see you. That time he said, "Get effing set." Like,
yes,
you need like Julio. Get your ass in there, man. Why you over here? Why it's 3rd down? Like, timeout.
Yeah.
Julio, Get your
And that's what I don't feel, man. And it's like, it's just like, I don't, everybody talk about Matt he's a winner. We have never felt winning like this in Atlanta. He's a winner. But what he doesn't do now, which bothers me, is while his physical assets are deteriorating, which is arm strength and things like that. I don't feel that when he walks on the field, like, hell, last night ESPN was pumping him up so bad. I was like, damn, Matt Ryan, Matt Ryan, that dude. You know what I'm saying? He that. Oh, okay, Aaron, you about to get this Matt, but it felt like two different quarterbacks, Maceo, didn't it? It felt like two different quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers out there with a little mustache, like he told that guy at the end of the game, I ain't going back in, you go in. You take that last play, I'm done. It's a different feel, man. It's a different feel, and I don't feel that from that.
Because A-Rod out here throwing dives and letting you know about it too.
Yeah.
He looking at sideline. Y'all drafted who in the first round? He ain't gonna never play around.
He ain't gonna play around here.
He ain't gonna never play around.
And look, he telling y'all, I told you it wasn't me. I told you it was Mike McCarthy. I told y'all it was McCarthy. Y'all was talking about it.
Because your boy out here 17-3.
17-3, man. In 2 years, 17-3. Oh yeah, by the way, that was the Falcons quarterback coach.
He was here in Atlanta. He had some Falcons years somewhere in his closet.
So that's what I'm just seeing, man. I mean, maybe he'll show me something different, but I just think I've seen quarterbacks lose players. I've seen them, and it just, even with Tom Brady not being Tom Brady down there in Tampa Bay, he still got that swag about him. Like, man, I'm Tom Brady. I'm about to do something.
I'm Tom effing Brady.
And they, it's just a difference. Like you say, when you get Russell Wilson gonna give you all the polite sayings and thank Jesus and God has been great to me.
But when he strap up,
once you get on that field, you about to handle all this little 5'9", 5'10" dude out here.
He a dog.
You're gonna get all this 5'10" out here. You're gonna get all of it.
He a dog. Ask the Cowboys secondary. They're sorry, man.
Yeah, man. So
they almost fit on us, man.
Yeah. And I thought they were, Mace. They put 49. So they're gonna put 50 on. I think about
it. They should have went for 2.
I thought they were gonna say, let's go ahead and put the 50 on. I said, man, they're put 49 on the Cowboys like it was nothing.
I mean, since it's American team and all, they can only give them 50.
I'm like, God dang, they putting 49 like it ain't nothing up here. Like, damn.
Well, the Cowboys defense could stop a nosebleed, but
and make sure, let's talk about this with great, you've said this before. Receivers don't take it to the Super Bowl. When naming that great receiver that's won the Super Bowl, it hasn't happened. Julio would have been one of the first ones to do it if he would have won that year. Quarterbacks, man, and that's what I say. The Falcons got any chance. Matt Ryan, if Dan Quinn got any chance, he having that talk like he's sliding in there, having that Dwayne Wade, LeBron James talk. Take over the team, man. It's your squad, baby. We can't win no championship without you. You need to have that. Just gotta have that talk, man. Just like, what do you need, bro? What do you need? Because if they don't, Matt Ryan could be. Yeah, oof.
Yeah, hey man. Sunday.
Y'all know this. We can say this, man. This hurt me. This hurts. That's my dude.
Sunday. Listen. You've had classic tirades. You beat down this city. You beat this city upside the head. You ran somebody out of the studio.
Yeah. I got film talking about how mad about Matt Ryan. Taz, we talking about Jerry Rice was the last one. We talking about between like the Randy Mosses, the Terrell Owens, all the great ones since Jerry Rice. How many times have they won a Super Bowl with these new big time diva receivers?
Yeah,
so
Julian Edelman is Super Bowl MVP out here. Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
MVP out
here. Think about receivers that win Super Bowls over the last 10 years. Yeah, ain't no big time receivers on those squads. Shit. Yeah, man. Hey, Max, real quick before we go, thank you guys for listening. Braves. Got the hat on. People loving the hat that you wearing. People call him Flat Ryan. That's messed up. What's your thoughts about him? How far can his team go, Mace?
Well, I picked us to go to the World Series.
Okay.
Mix it up, baby. Mix it up. The bats, listen, the bats will come alive.
Man.
Ronald Acuna is so freaking crucial, man. Ozuna, I really don't like the way the lineup set up. I don't like Freddie batting second. I hate that. I'm not a fan of that at all. But solid pitching, our bats, like, we're swinging the bat. And this is the thing I was worried about with the Miami Marlins, because this series is going to be one of these series where the Miami Marlins really manufacture runs. Listen, they get up there, they happy. Yeah. They not taking many pitches. They put the ball in play. When they get on the bases, they gone.
Yep.
They running.
Right.
I think I picked Braves, Yankees, just because I just think the Yankees have so many bats.
Yep.
I mean, but they got to stay healthy. That's the thing with him. Judge and your boy, whatever his name is, Gene Carlo. Yeah, Gene Carlo Stanton. But they spent a lot of money on pitching. Yep. And their pitching hadn't been, it ain't been nothing to write home about. And for all our LA lovers, listen, Kershaw, until Kershaw win a game in the World Series, missed me with all that. Oh, he threw a gem. He always throw gem.
He a gem throw in the playoffs, but
he threw a gem when it count.
Exactly.
I ain't scared of the Dodgers and that lineup. Mookie Betts, ain't nobody scared of Mookie Betts.
Yep. I love that Braves.
I raise you with Acuna and that bat flip, and Acuna say, "Boy, they gonna hit Acuna tomorrow too."
Oh yeah, he getting beamed. He getting beamed.
They gonna hit Acuna again tomorrow. It's gonna be a bench clearing brawl tomorrow.
It might get close to the chin. It might get close to the chin. It might get close.
Because I'm telling you now, Don Manley, he's so old school over there in that Marlins locker room. He done already said, listen. The first time Acuna come, he leaving out the game. Beam him. Let's get out the way.
I don't want that little throwing behind him. I want that thing heat.
I need that thing up by his shoulder blade.
I want him to be like this when I see him. I want him bent over.
Because I'm telling you now.
Bat flip. Oh, and talking about it is what it is. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. He say no apology for the bat flip. Oh, that's already on the bulletin board. Whatever.
Print that up. They already emailed everybody. Okay, check this out, y'all. That's what he doing. Okay.
Now, MLB probably gonna send a warning out tonight. Like, hey, so you better if you see them have a pitching change tomorrow for the starter, know he getting beamed. No, they gonna just sacrifice somebody. Like, don't hit him.
You say Don Manley from those Yankees? Oh no, Don Manley come and get that head tomorrow, boy. He coming for tomorrow, boy. You better get ready, young fella.
Hey,
young fella, you better get ready.
Hey, Atlanta, they keep mixing it up, baby. Mixing it up, baby. I'm with it. Hey, I love it. Even though, I be saying, I like, do y'all know what that really means?
Yeah, careful with that, Y'all been to that trap house a little too much, but anyway, you know what I'm saying?
I see the TikTok. Wonder why people that Ray has on. It's awesome.
Be careful with that.
Y'all in the kitchen, huh?
Careful with that. That's a Jeezy. Go back to TM 101 and learn about what that whole mixing mean, man. TM 101, man. They tell you what that whole meant. Be careful with that, y'all. Be careful.
Yes, be careful. It's okay though.
Be careful with that. Man. Don't do it in certain neighborhoods. Y'all might get showed up.
Hey man, my boy's going through work. It's been a long time coming, man. It's our time.
You know what, man? I just need something, man.
The soccer team gave you something, man.
Mace, man. I just. I take it. I'm happy, but I feel you. You got the picture. You got the picture of 17. You got it.
That look on your face right there. It told me all I need to know, my dog.
That killed me, man. That took a little bit of my spirit. I think I lost 10 years after that game. I lost some years out of my life after that game.
Whenever I'm having one of those days, I pull that picture up and I say, you know what? I'm all right.
Yeah. Everybody be talking trash to you. I be like, can't talk trash, man.
Hey, but this is what I don't understand. When am I gonna shut up? If I haven't responded to you, I got to be doing something.
Yeah.
But best believe I'm gonna get to you.
Yeah, that's you. But
yeah. Ask Josh Norman, everybody. Ask Josh Norman. Notorious trash talker. Ask Steve Smith. I got Steve Smith.
Man, and me and Davis almost got into it, man. He talking trash in the locker room, man.
Man, listen. Emmanuel Glaze and Thomas Davis were about to move furniture up there in Carolina.
Oh, he said, you a Falcon fan? I'm like, yeah, man, what up?
Hey, don't be fooled by that picture we posted. Because prior to that picture, there's a lot of stuff that had to go into finally get that picture taken. Because there was going to be some furniture moving and some weights being thrown in that weight room.
I was in the wrong spot too. All them weights around and all them big brothers and that.
Yeah, and let me tell you how petty Glaze is. Glaze, the first thing he thought about was Thomas Davis knees. That's first.
Look, if I'm going out, I'm taking somebody with me. I'm gonna go. I'm going.
First thing he said was dumbbell to the knee.
Yeah,
I just want y'all to think about that.
I grew up on Ric Flair, baby. We take our knees first. We go. We take you out, baby.
I just want y'all to understand that first thing Glaze taught me, he looked around, he surveyed the room and said, dumbbell to the knee. Yeah. I was like,
he screened it out too. Oh, we got a Falcons fan in here. I'm like, okay, he gonna be.
Dude, he did put you on blast. He put you on blast. That's the equivalent of me getting snitched on at workout today.
But you know what, Mace? See, that's why people say they were like, why Glaze ain't a true Falcon fan. No, that's the type of stuff I was doing in Carolina locker room about the Falcons.
Right.
That's what I was doing, Mace. So, that's the stuff I've been doing, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all this funny inside story. Whenever we're around Cam Newton, Cam love us up. We talk. Yep. Cam would not take a picture with Glaze. Everybody
take a picture with me because I had a Falcon shirt on.
He will take a picture with everybody. He look at Glaze like this.
Nah, bro. You got that Falcon stuff on.
You had that Falcon. You had that Falcon polo. You had that Falcon polo all the time.
No, he said, bro, I can't take no picture with you, bro. I can't take no picture with you. I like, oh, it's like that, Cam? Oh, I can't take no picture with you. And you know, our boy Deshaun, all that, that's our fam. He's been on the show. Oh, he can't take a picture with me because I got a Falcons shirt. That's the stuff Falcons fans I've been doing for all these years. I can't take it no more. I've been missing pictures with Cam. I've been getting almost beat up in Carolina locker room to get blowing leads in the fourth quarter. I can't do it no more. I'm done. I'm tired. Y'all can have that. Y'all can tell me y'all real fans and y'all true fans. Y'all ain't in there trying to get fighting in Carolina locker rooms like I was, getting told by Cam Newton. I ain't taking no picture with you, bro. You know how many likes I would have got with that picture on Instagram, mate? So if I took that picture with Cam, you know how many likes that was?
Hey, but you did make sure your cousin got a picture with Cam over at Woodward Academy. You made a phone call. Your cousin got to play throw tackle with Cam. Flat fan. Cam fan. Still won't take that picture with you though.
He won't take it with me. That's the stuff. So
but we do have one picture where Glaze hand got in the picture. Glaze ain't in the picture.
Again, I'm like this. For you Falcon fans, I've been doing this for y'all, and for them to treat us like that, and to tell me, he ain't a real fan. Whatever. I got 275 shares off of that picture, and I got all these ATLians talking about he ain't a real fan. You wasn't there in them streets. You wasn't there. You wasn't in them streets about to get fighting in them doing Carolina locker room because you a Falcon fan. You wasn't there. Where were you at?
That boy said, the first thing Glaze looked around and said, Glaze said, dumbbell to the knee.
I whispered to make sure.
I'm going to get out of here.
I whispered to make dumbbell to the knee, babe. I'm going to the knee.
All the stuff he could have said, y'all. That boy said, dumbbell to the knee.
Amen. Okay.
I'm so done.
Yeah, man. That's our show for this week. Been fun, man. Thanks to Derrick Stafford giving us some great stories. That dang Derrick Stafford about talking about who he had us laughing about the most. Was it Allen? Oh no, KG.
KG.
And the N-word. I say KG still said it to this day. So make sure next week, make sure we get. I gotta post the. I was doing great the first week, and I've been terrible ever since.
I'm in the top 5 again, baby, and I picked the third. Whenever I pick the Thursday night game, which I finally got, thanks to the sorry coaching of the Jets and Denver. I finally picked the Thursday night game right.
Yeah. If you didn't get the Thursday night game right, that was easy. That Jets are just horrible. And there's some horrible football being played out here. And there's some horrible. You wonder why these people getting checks every Tuesday.
Denver tried to get in the game, no dog. Denver tried to get in the game. Denver said, "Hold my bill."
Yeah, hold my bill.
Oh my God, dude! Do you realize Adam Gates got fired and then got hired in the same division that just watched him be terrible in Miami? They like, oh, we'll take him to New York. He's a genius.
That's why you deserve everything you get in JETS. Mess, mess, mess. That's what they calling y'all now. It ain't Jets no more. It's mess, mess, mess. You better be glad y'all ain't got fans in the stand. Because there'll be some furniture thrown up there in New York. Because them Jets fans are mean. They throw stuff.
I need to go to Fireman Ed Instagram, see if Fireman Ed if he still repping.
I might have to go check on him, see if he all right, man.
He might not be repping the Jets no more. Let me check Fireman Ed Instagram, man, because it's real out here in the field, man. It's real.
Hey man, thank you guys for rocking with us. We'll check y'all. Yeah, be careful with that in the streets. Be careful where y'all do that at. We'll be covering games this week. I think we're covering Georgia Tech, Louisville. Next week, I think Georgia Tech, Clemson. And Miami 305. This could be a bad weekend for y'all. This could be a horrible weekend for 305 with the Braves beating the Marlins, the Heat losing to the Lakers, and then Clemson breaking them off this weekend against that. So either it can be a great one, 305, it could be a horrible.
I need everybody in 305 to report to my Cash App Saturday around midnight. Daddy needs new shoes. Daddy need new shoes. Report to my Cash App.
Yeah. Fireman Ed might shoot somebody. We'll see y'all, man. Peace.